Hello, good souls and kind people. Welcome back to Del Sol Valley and our quest to build an amazing amusement park, which I personally am styling after all my many years entrenched in a Disney theme park. We're going to have a good time in this video. We're going to try to actually get the theme park opened, although it will be limping for a little bit.
Talk to me, baby. I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading.
As a new day dawns on Del Sol Valley, we have returned to our sim Jocelyn, who may or may not be a long-lost relative of the land grabs. That is yet to be determined. However, what is determined is she is building herself a theme park here, which I am designing based on my many years at Walt Disney theme parks. In case you missed the last episode, our sim Jocelyn started out here on a completely empty lot with 0 simoleons, and she completely lucked out on dumpster diving. That was incredible. She also completed the 7 Wild Nights challenge, or Wild Dates, I guess it is, challenge. So she ended up with quite a few simoleons, and we got a really great start on the amusement park, particularly on the main entrance area. I've linked the video down below if you want to catch up. I also had her harvesting these lilies. There's a lily bush, as you can see there. Well, now she's doing sit-ups. I don't even know. But off to the side of the lot, there is a lily bush. So she's been harvesting lilies every day off of that bush, and we've been planting them here, as you can see, for her to grow, because those are going to start paying off probably by the end of this episode. We're also still on the lookout for some birds of paradise. Now, before we go too far into this, I have to give credit where credit is due. This idea actually came from a Whiny Brit video I saw just recently, where she was building she's trying to build a 5-star amusement park. And I was really intrigued, but also at the same time, I'm going like, oh my gosh, like, theme parks are in my blood. This is so up my alley. This is so in my wheelhouse. I have to try this. See, look at the front entrance. Didn't that turn out cute? I really like that. And by the end of the episode today, too, I want to have her moved over into the second story of this building over here, which is the lockers and the restrooms, and she's going to live upstairs. So we do have a lot to accomplish today, but we do need to get some more simoleons on the way, because we're just a little above like 1,000 simoleons or whatever. So obviously we have a lot we want to accomplish, and we're going to get started exactly where we started in the last video, because I feel like it would be idiotic not to try dumpster diving again, since we were so successful at it the last time. Before we get too much further into this, I just want to, as always, hope that wherever you are today in the world, that you are feeling loved and blessed and safe and seen in your circle, in the world that you live in. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for all your kind love, comments, likes, support, subscribe. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. If by the end of this video you feel like I have earned your like and or your subscribe, that always blesses my heart, and I thank you so much. I would absolutely adore if you would comment down below and let me know what your experiences are with amusement parks and theme parks, and if you love them, hate them, don't care about them. Have you been to Disneyland or Disney World or any of the Disney parks around the world? I'd love to know where you're watching from and what your vibe is. Now, let's get into a dumpster. I'm not really expecting to have the same kind of luck today as we had the first time, but I'm also not, I'm not closed off to it. I'm certainly open to it. It would be great if we did. I love it when you're dumpster diving. The people are just like standing around you watching. Like, yeah, this is perfectly normal. This is the same outfit she wore the last time she was dumpster diving. Maybe it's her lucky dumpster diving outfit. Heels and all. There's a kid there too. It's like, oh yes, let's teach the children. This is how you do it, kid. This is how you do it. We got a desk chair. That's not going to be worth much more than a few hundred simoleons. And I have big dreams here with this theme park. I want to do the area, like seriously, like I want to have themed lands like there is at Disneyland. And one of the areas I want to do, and that's one of the first areas I'm thinking of working on, is like a petting zoo or a state fair kind of theme. I want to get some, little animals in, sheep and mini goats, and maybe a little saloon bar where you can dance. I don't know. I know that we're also going to use, of course, the rides from high school years, the Ferris wheel and the Tunnel of Love at the very least. I'm not sure if there's going to be room for the Haunted Mansion or the Haunted House or not. I would like to. It's just going to depend on how the series goes. If you guys love it, if you guys keep watching it, then it's great. I'll keep going. We'll make something. We're going to make something so elaborate. It's going to be fantastic. But since I'm trying to also make this be a rags to riches challenge, I want to assign like a simoleon dollar amount to those rides because they're debug. Jeez, she's not really lucking out today with the dumpsters. But anyway, they're debugged, so they're no simoleons to put down, but that just feels like cheating to me. And speaking of cheating, I think it's cheating if I just go into build mode and put a shower down over here so she can just, bathe in between dumpsters. What's cheating and what's not to me? It's a wide range. All right. So she's going to shower, and I'm just going to go back and forth on these two dumpsters for just a little while. I'd really love to get another good find in here. But, that bed's not going to be worth much. That's that cheap bed that we got with Lovestruck. It's like a mattress on the floor, which is actually what I'm sleeping in at the moment too, because as I keep saying, I've recently moved. And I do not have a bed frame at the moment. So I feel that sim purchase or that sim item right now. Upgrade plumbing parts or not. Kid, what do you need? What do you need? You should not be hanging down at the docks, kid. Hanging down at the dumpster. Do not learn the ways of Jocelyn. Oh, are these your parents? No, those don't look like your parents. Why is this kid hanging down at the dock? Anyway, let's go check out this other dumpster. Let's just hang out here for a little bit, see if we can get anything, and if not, I don't know. We need a plan B, obviously. It's going to still be a few days before our flowers really kick in. It's a good way to make money. What do you guys do when you're playing Rags and Riches? I usually do paintings, dumpster diving, obviously. Rat! Whew, there's a rat. Dumpster diving, obviously. The challenges and stuff like, the Wild Nights, that's not going to come back around again. The, do you want to get married? Money, money, give me now thing. I wish I could remember what the heck that one is called, but you know what I mean, right? Okay, so we sold all of the parts. We're still not doing very good. Look at that. We are almost out of money. The problem is she got a certain level of celebrity from Rat. Sorry, it keeps startling me. She got a certain level of celebrity from doing the 7 wild dates. And so now people keep coming up to her and fangirling over her. And they she's like, I'm trying to dumpster dive here. It's such a weird juxtaposition of things. They're like, you're the big celebrity that we love. Yeah, I know, but I'm in the dumpster right now with my head down in trash, and I'm very, very busy, and I stink. All right, I think I've had enough of the dumpster diving. We are not getting anywhere. Let's go home and see what we actually found in the dumpster and see where we're at. We've made a quick stop at the Romance Festival because the the announcement came up, and I can get Bird of Paradise here. So, we will harvest all of these plants. We'll get some more lilies. I think there's usually some roses or something here too. Dragon fruit, but it's not in season at the moment. But we can get some lilies and some Birds of Paradise, I think, and then we can go home and plant those. We have to be patient with the flowers because they take a little bit to really get into gear. But once they do, it's a lot of money. I am going to have her grab some food when she's here. She can learn the recipe for pufferfish nigiri just in case she has to kill somebody later. It's a good tool to have in your toolbox. Oh no, it's a land grab. She can't be seen by the land grabs. But boy, the land grabs are everywhere. Maybe she should just confront them. Go up to them and say, how dare you kick me out of the family? Or wait, is that what happened? We don't actually know. Maybe she's going to learn this pufferfish nigiri recipe and then invite the land grabs over and kill them all. Maybe that's what happens. She descends into madness and she becomes a mass murderer. I could see it. Okay, so I have moved all of Jocelyn's stuff over into what will be her home. It's still just, everything's just sitting up here. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to anything, and I haven't put in windows or flooring or anything like that. But that cleared out this area over here. Now, Grandma Hattie had brought over a present one day, and it was one of these hydroponic planters. So I've gone ahead, they're not that much money, so I've just gone ahead and bought more of them because that just kind of takes the edge off the gardening. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these all set up with the flowers we just picked up at the Romance Festival and have those all, you know, coming to fruition so that they can start blossoming, because we are in the season for them and we can start making money off of those every day if we can just get them planted and going. Okay, with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and actually register our home business, because we've got about 4,000 simoleons from the flowers, so we're doing pretty good. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, hold on, let me move some stuff around here. I had hoped by putting the ticket thing, whatever that is, just inside the ticket booth, that, you know how some of the stuff, like when you shrink down like the desks, you can put the computers on other things, stuff like that. I had kind of hoped they would walk up to the ticket booth, or at least it would look like that, and they would get their tickets, but obviously that's not going to work, but that's fine. I'll move it around back. We're just going to call this Kavanaugh Park for right now. Kavanaugh is her wink wink name that she's going by, because she can't use the land grab name because she doesn't want to be found out. Don't even ask me where I'm going with all of that. I'm just being an idiot. But it could turn into something. You never know. All right, let's pick a few activities and sort out our $4,000. We can buy a couple of things. I want to put down a little food stand, maybe like a swing set, just something really basic for right now, just so we can get the freaking theme park actually open and start making money on that and start growing our business renowned. All right, this little area over here, I think, by where the bathrooms and the locker rooms are, is probably just a good place to just get started. So I'm going to put down this little swing set. I'm going to put down a little food stand. It's not going to be much, but, you know, rags to riches. You got to grow everything, right? We are very nearly out of simoleons again. I'm going to just put down a couple of picnic tables because that's all we can actually afford. And a trash can, a cheap trash can, and voila! Oh, and everything went red. We can afford nothing now, but that's all right because we got this done, and this is enough to actually open and see how things are going. Oh, that's right. She's very sad. One of her dates from the 7 wild dates died. Although it was, you know what the thing is with the 7 wild dates? Half the dates that show up, because I just was doing blind dates, half of them that show up are like married or engaged to other people. What is that? Oh, wait, that's online dating, isn't it? But seriously, he was one of the ones that was engaged to somebody else, but of course she's going to grieve forever. Anyway, all right, so back to business. I need to add eating to the activities. I don't have a lot for activities. I've got be friendly, stay with the person who brought you, and the summer activities, which I don't even really have any summer activities available for them to do, but that's all right. I haven't done a lot of businesses like this. I've been running stores mostly and businesses and hobbies. So to do something like this where you've got the people just coming and paying by the hour to be on the lot, that's newer for me. All right, let's go ahead and actually open our business with the last of our money pretty much and see how this goes. Okay, it took a few minutes, but people have shown up. Eliza Pancakes is manning our food booth. And we mostly seem to have kids, so I don't know if I did the setting wrong, like that I set it for only kids and their parents to show up, or what. But at least for right now, they're buying food, they're swinging on the swing sets, they're using the bathroom, because that's all we have. And a good time seems to be having had by all. So we'll see what happens when the when our first day is up, although my sim is in desperate need of fun. Do you think dare I swing on the swing set myself? Okay, first day of business. That didn't go too badly. We made $518 on ticket sales. People stayed 3 hours on average. I was open for 11 hours. I served 12 customers. I made $258 from services, which I'm guessing was the food, the little food booth. So, 701 net profit. That's not bad. And $90 business renown. Plus, our customer relationship is excellent, which is really cool. I did work on that a lot, though. I talked to a lot of people. And our growth opportunities are obviously ambiance because we don't have a lot going on there at all at the moment. It's a little haphazard at Kavanaugh Park. All in all, not a bad first showing. What's that little baby still here? I'm going to go ahead and have her eat, use the bathroom, shower, get some sleep, all of that. And we didn't make a lot of money, though, still. But in the morning, the flowers will be ready. So I'll harvest the flowers, and I'll see how much money we have, and then we'll see if we can improve ambiance at all. So let's talk future. And if you've made it this far into the video, I give you permission to comment and give me your input and give me your thoughts and ideas. But what I'm thinking I want to do with the land, just kind of a rough layout, is a small gift shop over here on the left. I'm thinking we can sell candy and maybe flower arrangements and maybe jewelry, stuff that we can make. Over here in the front right corner, that's where I want to put our state fair experience. So we'll have an area for a little petting zoo. If I can get cows and chickens, maybe a garden where you can come in and, then I would maybe have a 10 garden area. I don't know. We can maybe also, I'm thinking, put a little saloon over there and with a dance hall, something like that. Over here in the back left corner is where I'm thinking of putting the Tunnel of Love. And I want to surround that with gardens, but also maybe have the main food area over here between the gift shop and the Tunnel of Love, maybe? That's what I'm thinking. Then I want to do a bit of an elaborate romantic garden, maybe a topiary garden even, over here. And then maybe over here at the backside of the fountain, of the main fountain, we can do a little splash zone. Or just have, a splash pad and maybe some water slides, water park stuff, really. Of course, I'm going to put the Ferris wheel in the middle of that pond somehow. And I want to have an underground arcade that kind of looks into water somehow. Maybe this here can be where the stairs go downstairs into the basement. And I thought down in the basement we could do an arcade and maybe even a bowling alley area. So maybe a retro 50s style. Oh, we could maybe even put a DJ down there. That might be fun. I'm going to move all these plants over into the garden area. That leaves us a lot of space still to design other things. So there is still space to maybe do the haunted house. Do a haunted house experience back here in the back corner. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and move, like I said, all of these planters over here into the garden area. And then, because the first area I think I want to set up is, the second area, because we've already started on the locker rooms and stuff, but I want to go ahead and get started on the fair and the petting grounds, because she doesn't have a ton of money right now, but probably enough to do some fencing and a couple of little animals. And I just want to see if having a little bit more to do, if more people will come in, and because at making $700 a day, it's going to take us 23 million years to get this theme park going. So obviously we need to do something to bring in money quicker. Okay, so the key thing to having, quote unquote lands in a theme park is each land has to have an entry. I think Epic Universe has just blown everybody out of the water with their their new theme park, because every land you go through a portal to get in, and they're so freaking cool. Obviously, we can't do anything quite that cool, but I think if we just kind of rob some debug stuff out of Horse Ranch, I think we can make something that's at least cute. I want to use this building as inspiration for like the saloon that I want to build. And I'm wondering if on the second floor is where I can make the quote unquote resort. Like we can make like themed country style rooms that you could come and stay in overnight. Right now I'm just going to set that there because like I said, it's just inspiration. But let's go ahead and put up a few more things here on the front entrance. This isn't too bad. This is a good start. So as I said in the other video, I am a complete theme park nerd. I grew up at Disneyland. I now live at Disney World. I've been to theme parks around the world. I love them. I grew up with them and they've just never left my heart. And I've learned a lot from watching them. And I love the theming, particularly when you get into the gardens. So I'm trying to think, like, I want prairie gardening, I think, over here for the state fair. So I'm trying to find some different planters and things that actually evoke that kind of vibe for like that you're in the Old West or you're in the prairie, something along those lines. So obviously here in Florida or at Disneyland or whatever, we have Frontierland as that sort of area. So I'm just kind of thinking like, old whiskey barrels, I think some, more naturalized gardening, nothing too cutesy, nothing too formal, obviously. Yeah, this is cute. This is cute for now. Obviously, we still need to do lighting. This is a journey we're on here, y'all. This is a journey that we're on. But it's coming together a little bit every time we get together to do the park. It's going to come together just a little bit more. I can't wait to see where we end up at the end of all of this. Okay, let's go ahead and make like a little paddock for the animals. It's not going to be too fancy. There's obviously a lot that I'm going to want to do to it still after this, but I just want to be able to go ahead and get a couple of little animals in here. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap this video up. So when we come back in the next video, we will open our theme park again, only this time with a new state fair experience, beta testing our state park experience, or our state fair experience with just a few animals, but I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and release these guys. I didn't realize that there was such a range in price for the sheep. Like all the goats seem to be the same price, but the sheep, they went up in price quite a bit. So we just got a real basic, cute little beige sheep and then a couple of goats. And we'll be able to milk them and shear them too, so that'll bring in a little bit of extra money. Again, not really enough to sustain the farm, but it's a start, and everybody's got to start somewhere, right? All right, you guys, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video here. We're going to name these guys. His name's Aries already. That's totally cute. We're going to milk him and get acquainted with our little goat friends. But come back to the next video because we're going to go ahead and open this up and see how this goes, see how the children like the goats, and just see where that takes us. I also want to continue working on our main area that we worked on originally, where the lockers in the bathroom are. I want to finish up the lockers. I want to maybe be able to work on Jocelyn's home on the second floor. I also want to start putting in some gardens, some flowers, flower beds, just to spruce the place up. And I also want to see if we can get to the gift shop. That's a lot to ask for because this was hard. This episode was harder than the first one because money just didn't flow quite as easily. But I think we're going to be better off going forward because I think our flowers, our garden is really coming together, and we're going to start making a lot of money off of that, at least for the rest of summer. And I have my season set to 28 days. So we're going to be in summer for quite a little while. Oh, no, Grumpy is not going to work for you. You can be Hercules, because doesn't that go with Aries? Aries and Hercules, they were both gods, right? Greek gods. We'll do that. All right. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. If I've earned your like and or your subscribe, I thank you. You have blessed my heart. And I will see you all with our little animal friends on the next video.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you.